Hey, hey, Portland, you guys have all seen Human Centipede 3, right? I did. I watched it.
Wait, there's a 3?
Yeah, there's 3.
What happens in 3?
In the third one, this was on my list of shit to talk about. There's okay. So Human Centipede 3. How many people have seen Human Centipede 1? I got some. It's like a 15% of the people here. Yeah, that was the 8%. How many people have seen Human Centipede 1 and 2? Just as a side note, how many people have seen Human Centipede 2 but not Human Centipede 1? I just jumped in the middle of the saga. Okay, no hands. So clearly there's a linear appeal. It's like Game of Thrones.
Number 2 really is The Empire Strikes Back of that whole series.
You don't just jump in the middle. Okay, we know that. That's important for the research. Human Centipede 3, anybody see it? Okay, one hand. The guy from the first movie is a prison warden in the third movie, and every movie adds more people. Like there's 3 people in the first one, and there's like 24 people I think in the second one, and then this one's like a prison. It's like 500 people. So the guy from the first movie is a warden. He's a prison warden, Jeff. And he doesn't know how to run his prison.
So what does he do? Does he try to seek some solution to his prison problems?
He has this accountant who's like keeps telling him like, I'm telling you, and the accountant keeps showing him
We're feeding them too much, and there's too much poop.
He keeps showing him the first 2 Human Centipede
We have to cut down on the food and the poop waste.
The 5 people who raise their hands know that the Human Centipede saga has a weird meta thing going through it, where in each movie is about someone who's watched the previous movie. So the third movie is about a prison warden who is being told by his accountant, who has seen both of the previous movies, that this is the way to go and the prison warden is played by the same guy that played the doctor in the first movie. The guy who's like, yes, poop your diarrhea in the mouth behind you. Yes, I am a doctor. I love watching people poop into each other. That guy's a Texas warden in the third movie, and his accountant says, and I wrote it down, this is the defining moment, 45 minutes into Human Centipede 3. This is after we've watched the doctor try to castrate people, and he tries everything he can think of to be a good warden. And the accountant keeps going like, I'm telling you, and he keeps holding up the Human Centipede movies. And the warden keeps going, that's stupid! And you're supposed to be like, oh, this movie's so self-aware. 45 minutes into it, but it's not self-aware enough to not exist, which would be a truly, that would be a move on its part. It would be like, oh, I understand this movie shouldn't exist. But instead, the accountant, I wrote this down. The accountant gets very frustrated, Jeff.
All right.
He loses his cool at 45 minutes. 45 minutes of castration and rape and horrible, just terrible, Eli Roth, shit.
We're mid-second act or late second act here?
Well, I mean, let's be serious. Structure eludes the Human Centipede. It's not...
What would Joseph Campbell call this scene?
Well, I think Joseph Campbell would say, like the people in the movie, the Human Centipede movies themselves, experiment with what defines a movie. like the whole point of the movie is, could you poop into a mouth? So, and I don't think a story even...
How many people are pooping into how many mouths in the third one?
Like I told you, 500.
500 people?
It's a prison full of people.
But it seems like wouldn't the food, as the body digests whatever food comes through it, it would get less and less.
No, there's this focus in the movie about how medically accurate it is. Like, and I can't tell if the director is like for real or not. I can't tell. Everything's very tongue in cheek, but the tongue is like poking through the cheek, and there's like a butthole where the tongue is in the cheek. Like I don't know if the guy's like
the movie is nothing if not tongue in cheek. It's
not.
all about being tongue in cheek.
So I have no idea. So I've watched all three of them, and at one point in the third movie, the accountant at the prison, he gets so fed up. 45 minutes into the hour, I think it's a 90-minute movie. Halfway through the movie. Putting this on structural levels of the first Hulk movie, where the Hulk appears like in the third act. This guy, the accountant, like goes like, and he just throws like a Ned Beatty in Network fit. Like he does a little monologue, and he goes, and I wrote it down. I backed it up, and I transcribed his monologue. And he says, By the way, the accountant is the guy from Human Centipede 2. For those 8 people who watched the second one, the guy in the black and white Human Centipede 2, which is the more pulpy, noirish one, he plays the accountant. So he goes, I have been trying to tell you for days now. I have the answer to all our problems. We've got to make a human centipede of our prisoners. Sewn ass to mouth. Sharing one digestive system. No more prison fights. No more assaults on guards. No more disrespect. They will literally be on their knees, begging you for mercy, and it's the ultimate deterrent for those considering a career in crime.
I think that should be the crawl at the beginning of the movie.
That should be the voiceover during the trailer. I hadn't shared that before, right? What's that? Okay. I don't know. The show's an alcoholic. I don't know.